Welcome to another edition of the Sedentary Traveler. As a kid, I remember going to a drive-in in Liberty, and while it was vague, it was my family, and we went to see The Empire Strikes Back. And I remember the screen was dim, and my dad commented that the candle must be blowing out. Well, being a small child, I actually believed that there was a candle behind the screen that lit it up to make it we could see it. And I remember thinking, well, why didn't someone go in and just take a lighter and relight the screen? Well, not quite how it works, but the thoughts of kids. Anyhow, this behind me now, I think, a pipe fitting business. On August 5th, 1953, the Red Bluff Drive In opened in Pasadena off of Highway 225 in Red Bluff. And it opened to a double showing of Shane and Navy Bound. And
Drama that began when a mysterious stranger rode in from out of nowhere to play a decisive role in the lives of these rugged pioneers.
You call me Shane.
Shane, who attracted the woman with his quiet strength, who fascinated the boy with the glint of his gun.
We'd all be much better off if there wasn't a single gun left in this valley.
A gun is as good or bad as the man using it.
You could catch all the latest releases here, the John Wayne movies, Night of the Living Dead, all of that. And when I looked at the Facebook comments, a lot of older generations remember some good times here at the drive-in. Of course, teenagers and older adults would also have fun at the drive-in, and probably quite a few members of my generation and after that were probably conceived at drive-ins. Anyhow, by 1970, the ownership changed hands and it became Art for Adults, a euphemism for porn. Now, reportedly, the main entrance was on a road back up there, as far as I can tell, called Simmons Boulevard. And that was the main entrance to the theater. Back up there, where all the main traffic is Highway 225. Imagine early 1970, driving down there, family, kids in the car, and you see a big drive-in theater screen showing X-rated films. And in the Facebook post, I saw a comment that said people would be driving down there and then suddenly a lot of red brake lights. There were also a lot of comments of people who would try to sneak a peek at the screen, mainly adult men and curious, nosy kids, because that's what they do. Well, it being 1970, at the end of the 60s sexual revolution, and sexuality was more open than it had ever been at any point in history, still the mindset was traditional, conservative, some people might call repressed. Well, the local city council and the mayor weren't too happy about having adult videos being visible to people driving by on Highway 225. exposing children to graphic images, and probably resulting in quite a number of car wrecks that I'm sure Pasadena police were happy to come out and investigate. On February 17th and 18th, 1970, two subsequent police raids on this property netted some obscene films, define obscene, I know, and a manager and the projectionist. As a result, later that year, Pasadena passed an ordinance regulating adult theaters, and one of the provisions was anything showing bare female breasts and buttocks. There had to be a fence erected around the screen to block the view from the highway. Well, looking at Facebook comments on there, a lot of people who attended here have interesting memories. One comment said Monday nights were a party, apparently wild and raucous for the 1980s. Well, one night somebody got ran over by a car, and that put an end to Monday night or the Monday night parties, from what I gathered. Well, the theater continued on until the 80s, until a 1989 article by the Houston Chronicle declared that the Red Bluff Drive In was out of business and up for sale. The property was razed in the 1990s, and all that's left today is what you see here.